All right. So the highlight as we move through the middle of the week, we got FOMC today. Don't forget at 1 o'clock, 1:30 Central Time. The statement and the press conference shouldn't be as big of a deal as normal Fed meetings are because of everything they've done, but I think worth watching. We also got, and don't forget, after the bell, companies reporting. Who are they again? Microsoft, Facebook, tomorrow, Apple, some big ones, Netflix. So those are important moments to watch. But let's just talk about the grind. We talked about a grind up all day today. Yesterday we opened up higher than expected and eventually just sold off, gave back all the gains, and then eventually closed unchanged. Today we opened up again another 40 points better, and we tried to give some of those back. I just had that feeling that a lot of people expect it to do the same thing as the day before, and it doesn't. So the day before we opened up 30 or 40 higher and gave it all back. So a lot of people are all like, well, I've seen this movie before, and they try to do the same thing, and it doesn't. And as soon as they get close to these highs, which they get into this grind where you close your eyes, and in an hour you're 10 or 20 points higher, and it's just slow. And the whole metaphor is a slow-moving freight train will still run you over. It's not just fast, speeding bullet freight trains that run you over. So you don't want to stay on the tracks if it starts to get into that grind a little bit where the pullbacks are shallow and then it grinds back up and gets slower. They are waiting for the Fed if there's any surprises. They are waiting for some of these tech stocks. Tech stocks have rebounded nicely throughout this whole coronavirus. Some of them are back to close to where they were. Amazon obviously threw it for obvious reasons, but we're trying to clear 50% of the pullback. And that was in the 2780 handle. We're about 140 points better than that in the June contract. Things that'll keep us weak if oil goes back down and might tug us lower. Stock equities would rather see strong oil than weak oil at this point, especially anything fast to the downside in crude. They want to see Gilead, which was a big reason for some upside, had some good trial results at 7:30 a.m. Central. Those hit the wires. GDP came in negative, but as expected. So that was like priced in, and then it bounced with this Gilead news. And then there's supposed to be some announcements at the president's press conference later this afternoon. I think you should watch that. But I do think you should be in front of your screens on the reopening and after the bell for these big tech earnings that come out, and then just put yourself in a position to understand what's driving the market. Oil was, and it will, I think, if it gets weak again, but it's more of a tailwind if it could rally. It's up 30% today. And a therapeutic drug that comes on the market that we could almost be certain it works really well. Gilead had good news, bad news. Now, good news, that's where that flow is following. Any kind of surprise vaccine sooner rather than later. Read a story about Pfizer having something that's just preliminary type story, but more states coming online, getting aggressive. You want states to be aggressive because it only is perception that it's aggressive. Whose perception is it aggressive? Their opinions and guesses. You don't know what's aggressive or not until you do it. All right. And then that's why you start to get more states online. If you don't see a flare up, markets, I think, will keep grinding and want to come back to where they started. And it'll be a big surprise, I think, to a lot of people. But I think there's nowhere else to put your money. Treasuries are low, giving you zero returns. It's a big reason over the last 10 or 12 years why we've been on this march higher and higher and higher for over a decade. New highs, new highs, new highs. Some catastrophic event happens and we go down and we correct, this being the worst one, and we're over 50% back. And we haven't had a therapeutic drug or a vaccine or reopened just yet. They're going to want to see fear not stifle consumers too much. There's going to be a little bit of that. But how soon does fear go away and people start to worry less about eating out, buying stuff, saving less? Because you'll see that when the media tells you, oh my God, 26 million people lost their job. Yeah, but 26 million people also got unemployment benefits, and they beefed up the unemployment benefits, which means it's not great, but it's better than 26 million people going unemployed without any money. And then if you could take that 26 million down and cut into it as things open up, you'll begin to see those claims number get less and less every week. And that's what the market could build on. There's no doubt we're in a hole. It's what kind of time does it take to get out of it? And that's what's important. And don't let the sensationalism bother you with what you hear on the news. Like some Tyson worker said they're breaking the supply chain. This is some guy that works on the floor and has his face blacked out and his voice muzzled, telling me that I should be worried that his plant is shut down. You know what I say? Good. Shut down Tyson and Smithfield and all these crappy plants that have crappy food. We don't want their food on our shelves. It's the reason why our immune system isn't good enough to fight this COVID-19. In fact, that's the vaccine. Shut down more of those plants. Farmers will fill a void and get us quality food to our shelves. And if there isn't meat on the shelves for a week or two, good. Eat less. That's what I tell people. Don't listen to the news and get all worked up with what they're worried about. Plenty of food out there. And who cares if we have less crap food? That's what Tyson and Smithfield is. Crap. Junk. Stay away from it. You'll be healthier. Have a safe rest of the session, guys. Remember, Fed 1 p.m., 1:30 if you're watching this Wednesday. If you're watching this in the future, again, be less relative, but we'll see. Stay safe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I could do some live events. Maybe we'll do a live event from outside the Smithfield plant, giving jobs, teaching those guys coming off the plant, giving them jobs to work in real industries. And say, well, how about those people? They lose their job. They don't want to work there. You think that they're happy working there? Get them better jobs. Shut down those plants. We don't need them.